Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. Last time, we found the city of Atlantis. It was just sitting in Jolly Roger's Lagoon this whole time. Who would have thought? In this episode, we're continuing on here in Atlantis because we got ourselves some more stuff to explore, starting with this building over here. So, let's go ahead and enter into the Seaweed Sanctum. And they're not kidding, there's a lot of seaweed down here. And some of it is real seaweed, but others, yeah, that's an enemy. So, kill the seaweed. Kind of weird to see the seaweed just come alive and just start spinning at you. So, it can really catch you off guard. Be paying attention to the seaweed, because you never know which one's going to be the fake one. I thought that was a fake for a second, and it was not. So, see what I mean? You have to really pay attention to seaweed, because you don't know what's real and what's not. Looks like there's just eggs around the other sides of the room here, so we're good to go. Unfortunately for me, I was right underneath the platform, so I didn't really get any height from that. I just kind of bonked my head, but that's fine. Go ahead and try again. And over here, that's a live thing of seaweed. Let's just go ahead and kill you. Got some feathers there if we need to go ahead and collect those. We're good on feathers, so we're going to just leave that alone. Got ourselves some more seaweed here. And more importantly, we got ourselves a green ginger to collect. So let's go ahead and grab him. And would you look at that? 4 out of 5. So we only need one more green ginger, and then that family will be completed. I want to go ahead and make our way down this doorway here, because this leads us to another portion of Jolly Roger's Lagoon, the sea bottom. So this area here is going to be very helpful for us because, for starters, we'll go ahead and use Kazooie as a torpedo here. Got ourselves some eggs in this, so I wonder what those grenade eggs are going to be useful for. Well, let's go ahead and put the two back together because now you can see what those grenade eggs are useful for. You want to go ahead and shoot this fish with the grenade eggs. You want to blow off all of its teeth. We want to get inside that fish's mouth, and in order to do so, we need to shoot its mouth open. Now, this can be kind of awkward because I swear, the hitbox on these teeth are really bad. You have to hit these things directly, and if you don't, well, it's just not going to do anything. It's kind of a pain. But now the fish's mouth is open, so let's go ahead and swim inside, and now we're in the belly of the beast. We're inside of the big fish. Now, we were told from Jolly earlier that his partner was just out wave racing, and then suddenly she just disappeared. And we got told from Blubber that something swallowed his last wave racer. And here's why. We found our missing friend. Ah, you must be the rescue party.
Only if the price is right.
I'm Mary Maggie, partner of Jolly Roger. I was on one of Blubber's wave racers when this fish knocked me off and swallowed me. The fish's mouth is open now, so you don't have to stay in here. That's lovely. It'll soon be happy hour at the inn, and Johnny will be needing some relief.
Any chance of a jiggy?
Oh, see Jolly about that. I'm sure he'll give you one. Yeah, I'm not sure what you see in her, Jolly, but hey, different strokes for different folks, am I right? Let's go ahead and just get out of this fish as fast as possible. Before we leave, though, we want to go ahead and make our way down the other tunnel here in the fish, because down the other side is a Jinjo. And it's our first red Jinjo, too. All the places to get a red Jinjo, it has to be in the belly of a fish with red innards. That's kind of hard to notice, so not the best luck for me there, but at least I knew there was a Jinjo down there, and you can hear the guy screaming for help, too. So, it can be kind of an easy one to miss. But before we get out of this section here of the sea bottom, there is actually something else we need to go ahead and do here. So I am looking for another one of those clear fish down here, and he should be around the corner here somewhere. Maybe, possibly. Don't prove me wrong, fish. I am looking for you. There's a second fish we want to go ahead and interact with here, but again, it could be around one of these corners, and it's really hard to tell. I'm just going to go ahead and refill my grenade eggs if I can actually clip inside the fish. I swear, actually clipping inside these fish, it's just really awkward. But yeah, we got ourselves some grenade eggs. I guess that fish I'm thinking of in question is not here, and it's just a grenade egg fish. So, okay, we're gonna just go ahead and continue on for now. There's another collectible inside one of those fishes, but looks of things, it wasn't in that guy. If it is, then we'll come back here later for it. It's not really that big of a deal. Got ourselves another octopus here that we want to go ahead and freeze. We can go ahead and try to traverse through all these tentacles he's waving around without freezing them, but not recommended. It's much worse to do that. So, got another fish over there with some golden feathers. There's the fish I was thinking of. He was just in the next room over. Really, Blowfish? You had to do that right when I was separating. I had no control over anything at that point. So I want to go ahead and ram into that clear fish and get ourselves a honeycomb. So that's pretty useful. Now for now, we're going to go ahead and activate this warp. And as you can see here, we got ourselves a big old cavern over here. And if we try to go in here, well, simply put, we're not allowed. Stop! The water pressure is far too much for you down there. Really? Jam jars, I know. We just tried to swim down there. Now we're leaving. You don't have to tell me twice. So yeah, we can't get down there right now. We're going to have to definitely come back here later when the water pressure won't be a problem. But take a look around at all of these lockers. Notice how one there is cracked. That's pretty interesting. We could break that open right now with a grenade egg, but we're going to leave it for now. I'll be coming back to that area later on anyway, so we might as well just do that later when we gotta come back for that cavern. Alright, that was a little awkward, but at least I got the dang ice egg to collide. Now, can we just please make it through this area without bumping into the octopus anymore? That'd be nice. We don't want to keep on bumping the octopus. It's kind of annoying. So right here, we got ourselves a crate with a Jinjo on it. So let's go ahead and shoot it with a grenade egg. And reveals a green Jinjo. So, that's the final one in the green Jinjo family. So now we get ourselves another Jiggy. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So now with the green Jinjo in hand, let's go ahead and make our way through this cave here. Because this little section we can only get through once we have the power of Kazooie separating from Banjo. And once we do so, we got ourselves a lot of spinning fans here we want to go ahead and freeze. So use the ice eggs here and shoot them directly. And then you can go ahead and swim through without getting hurt whatsoever. But there you go. That's all the fans frozen. And making our way through this tunnel, we actually get sent back to Glitter Gulch Mine. So this is the water storage area here. And if you remember, we were in this area previously when we were exploring this world. And then the other drum on the other side had a Cheeto page. This was the one drum we couldn't actually get on top of. So we had to wait until we found another way up here. So this is how we get up here. We get here from World 4. Now, I do not recommend jumping down. I recommend grabbing the chain and climbing back into the pipe, because if you jump down, you will have no way back to World 4. So if you want to get back to World 4 at this point, and you jump down, you would have to backtrack all the way back around, get out of Glitter Gulch Mine, and go back to the entrance to Jolly Roger's Lagoon in the Isle of Hags. It's just not worth jumping down. It's way too much back and forth movement at that point, so there we go. We got ourselves the Jinjo there in Glitter Gulch Mine, and that was the final Jinjo we needed in that world. So that's all the Jinjos collected there. So let's go ahead and make our way onto the top of this ship. And up here is a warp pad. And if you want to be honest, that to me is probably the most useless warp pad in the whole stage. I never really have a reason to ever come back to that warp pad and use it. It's really out of the way. So it's not really a warp pad I recommend you getting. For that reason, I want to go ahead and activate it just to be safe, and also just to show it's there. But out of all the warp pads in the game, it's definitely the most useless one. So you don't have to worry about getting that one if you don't really care. But now we're back into Atlantis here. And now back in Atlantis, we want to go ahead and avoid the pufferfish here as much as possible. Don't want to get stabbed. That's not going to be fun. We have one more area we haven't explored here in Atlantis, and that's this little cave here. So, I want to go ahead and swim our way through here. And doing so, we got ourselves, from the sounds of things, a Globo over here for starters, which is really nice. Got ourselves another Globo here, which helps because up above is actually Wumbo's hut. So, this is where our transformation lies in the stage. But, right here, got ourselves a Jiggy inside this fish. So, let's go ahead and grab it with Kazooie, and that's one of the easiest Jiggies in the whole stage to get. But now let's go ahead and talk to Wubba here and get the transformation of Jolly Roger's Lagoon. You have Globo. Want to get the hubba? Sure thing. Sure, I'll just throw it in this giant pool of water. How do you jump in this pool? Look at this. You can swim over it. You have to ground pound to get into this pool. It's the only way you reach, or you just have to dive underwater and just swim into it manually. But you know what? I'm gonna do this in style. Cannonball! Wumba call this submarine. Use left stick to turn, on spot, and A for much speed. Press X for sonic ping attack, or LT or RT for torpedo attack. Yeah, so, we're a submarine. And this is pretty cool, because this makes traversing the world a heck of a lot easier. And the submarine is going to allow us to get into very, very deep sections of this underwater area, so now we can go ahead and explore that cave that Jamjar told us, hey, it's too deep, you can't get down there. So, using the submarine, we can get down there. And luckily for us, we activated the warp that will just take us straight to that area. I want to go ahead and showcase this. You can't use the warp to get back to the town center. Submarines don't work too well on land. So because of that, we can't warp back to the town center area. But we can go down to the Locker's Cavern, and we can go ahead and do stuff down here. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and now enter that cave. We were told, no, it's too deep, you can't do it. Because now, it doesn't matter how deep it is. We're a submarine. Got down here last, huh? How about trying my little shooting challenge? Score 60 points, and I might give you a prize. Do you need instructions? Yeah, we're good. We don't need any instructions. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So, we need to go ahead and get 60 points, just like Grunty said. And it's the usual kind of thing when you have a score-based game in this game. Red targets are worth 1 point, green are worth 2, and blue are worth 3. So you want to go ahead and shoot as many of these targets as you can, but try to shoot the green and blue ones especially because of how many points they give you. And if you want to be honest, this is a super easy game, especially if you have the homing cheat on. Because your torpedoes are going to home in onto these little targets, and doing so, you can rack up the points without even trying. Just rapid fire in this game, and you'll just get every single shot, basically. It is insane of how easy this game is with the homing cheat on. I'm not even trying, and we're already at 70 points. Like, this is insane. My max score I've ever gotten from one of these little challenges is probably around 100 points, and that was just doing what I'm doing here. Just spamming, going wherever I feel like, and then just rack up the points insanely fast. There you go. We did it. Rats! You luckily scored enough points to win my prize. Well, there you go. The prize is a Jiggy. So let's go ahead and grab our Jiggy and get out of here. Do you want to play again? Heck no. There's no reason to play again. The only prize there is the Jiggy. So don't play it again, because it'd just be a waste of time. So, remember before when I said we could come in here with the grenade eggs, and then we can go ahead and break open this locker here? You can also do the same thing with a torpedo. So, let's break open Davy Jones' locker and head inside. Hey Banjo, I can see a Jiggy down there. Let's take a look.
What?
Who dare intrudes on Lord Woo Fak Fak while he sleeps in his appallingly cramped locker? Oh, we just brought some mail for you, Lord Woo Fak. Don't lie to me. You are going to steal my Jiggy and drain my home. Leave me to flap pathetically around on the bottom until I shriveled up and died, weren't you?
Something like that.
Then a watery grave awaits you. So this here is Lord Woo Fak Fak. What we need to do is we need to go ahead and destroy the glowing points on his body.
Ah! Your precious boils!
So, his boils there are the weak spot. He has 6 in total we need to go ahead and shoot. The glowing one is the only one you can go ahead and damage. So, that's what we need to go ahead and do in this fight. I recommend, though, for this fight, you actually come in here with the submarine transformation. And the reason being is because the submarine has an infinite supply of torpedoes. So, coming here with the sub makes this fight a lot easier. You can technically do this fight with Banjo and Kazooie using grenade eggs, but it's a lot harder because you have a finite number of eggs. And I feel like the submarine's easier to control in this fight, it's a little bit quicker. So you're just better off just using the submarine in general. So, again, just come in here with this transformation and it'll make the fight a lot easier. But what you want to go ahead and do in this fight in particular is you want to go ahead and alternate between being the first person and then just swimming around with the third person camera so you can see what boils are active. So just keep on swimming around the guy and then you should be fine. You can shoot torpedoes while being in first person mode with the submarine. I don't really recommend you do this, and it's just simply because it's so awkward to aim these torpedoes without being in first person. So just use first person aiming to make things easier on yourself. Homing here makes a huge difference. Having the homing cheat on makes it so much easier to hit these boils, because I swear, the boils hitboxes are so tiny. So having the homing cheat making things a little bit easier on you, I almost feel like it's a requirement at this point. Let's go ahead and swim around Lord Woo Fak Fak here so he doesn't shoot me down, because that shot is actually a pretty big shot. So you want to be very careful with the little laser beam he shoots out from his little tentacle on the top of his forehead. We got one more boil to shoot down. So once we do that, then Lord Woo Fak Fak should be defeated. Very careful not to get shot. Turn around the corner here, and then shoot his last boil next to his fins. Whoa! Have you no sympathy? Hitting a poor blind fish. Time I open my eyes to see what I'm doing. So now he has 6 more hit points, and at this point, we need to go ahead and shoot him right in the eyes. This is gonna hurt. Ugh, please, not my eyes. Yeah, it really will hurt you, but you left me no choice here. You're trying to kill me. I have to kill you back. It's the only way to survive. His eyes are a little hard to hit, just like the boils, but I find his eyes to be easier to actually hit compared to the boils because it's always one spot. It's not like the boils where they're constantly moving around depending on the target. Alright, what's going on? I can't move. This is weird. Kinda got stun locked for a second. I don't know what happened, but whatever. We're good. Keep on shooting the eyes, and then he'll be dead in no time. I can be very careful because I'm almost dead. I only got 2 more hit points left. So we got 1 honeycomb piece here next to the gate. Might as well just go for this. Didn't mean to activate my sonar, but that's fine. Apparently he took a hit when I was getting the health. That's weird, but that helped me out because now he is defeated. Curses. Things seem to have gone belly up. 100 years of ocean tyranny brought to an undignified end. You know, we didn't have to do all that if you just wanted to hand over to Jiggy to begin with. Now you're going to be sleeping in your little locker cage here, upside down for the rest of your life. How does that make you feel? To be quite frank, I think I fought quite well. I'd say so. Enjoy your nap. Looks very uncomfortable if you ask me. But yeah, there you go. That was Lord Woo Fak Fak, and he is defeated, so that's all the submarine's very useful for. It makes it easier to fight Lord Woo Fak Fak with the submarine, but you don't need to actually fight him with this. I want to go ahead and show here that the sonar ability is basically an ice egg, so using the sonar is how you get past these octopus, and that's pretty much it. So we're done with this ability. Let's make our way back over to Wumbo's hut, and then we should be all good to go. So, go ahead and get on our little warp pad here, and let's make our way back to Atlantis. And would you look at that? I actually found a use for that warp pad because I wanted to show off what the sonar does. The sonar is so useless if you want to be honest. I don't really find myself really using it all too much nowadays. When I first played this game, I explored a lot more of Atlantis with the submarine. But if you're like me and you route things out in a very specific way, then the submarine is really only going to be useful once you have all the warps. And then once you're done doing everything with the submarine, you just take the warp back to Atlantis, and then you're done. So, it's pretty useless to have a sonar ability, unfortunately. But that was it for the sub. So now, let's transform back into Banjo-Kazooie, and let's get out of here. So there you go. Transformation's done. We got ourselves a couple more jiggies here in Atlantis. So, I think we're making some pretty good progress here. With that said, I'm actually going to go ahead and end the episode on that note. So, next time on Let's Play Banjo-Tooie, we'll finish exploring the rest of Jolly Roger's Lagoon. I'll see you guys next time.